All right, so looking for a new game to try. Something easy but like still strategic.
Hmm.
This deep dive is for you. We're checking out secret symbols today.
Okay.
It's a game concept caught our eye.
Yeah.
And from the document you sent, real hidden gem, maybe. Right, like imagine tic-tac-toe, right?
Okay.
But with a hidden layer of strategy,
Uh-huh.
deception, like Stratego. You win.
Absolutely. This concept doc is fascinating. The way it blends simplicity with deep strategic elements, really intriguing.
Right. Okay, so break it down.
Okay.
What's the core? Sure. What makes secret symbols tick?
Well, at its heart, creating lines on a 5 by 5 grid, just like tic-tac-toe.
Okay.
But here's the twist.
Okay.
Each symbol has a hidden power rank.
Oh,
Only you know.
okay.
So every move, a gamble,
Mm-hmm.
could be playing a powerhouse symbol,
Mm.
or you could be bluffing
Uh-huh.
with a low-ranked one, hoping your opponent doesn't call your bluff.
Wait, so
There's a bluffing element. Okay, I'm hooked. So walk me through a typical turn. How would it play out?
Sure. Imagine you and I are playing.
Okay,
We each have a set of tokens, different symbols,
okay,
plus, minus, times, and divide.
okay.
Each symbol has a secret power rank, from 1 to 4. Only we know.
Right.
We take turns placing our tokens, trying to build lines of 3.
Okay,
But to win, you have to make what's called a dominant claim.
okay. A dominant claim
Yeah.
sounds intense. What's that involved?
It's the moment of truth. When you think you have a winning line, you declare it, a dominant claim.
right.
Both players then reveal the power ranks of any tokens in that line,
Okay.
add up the totals, and whoever has the higher power wins the entire game.
Wow. So it's not just making lines, it's about anticipating your opponent's power and timing your claim perfectly.
Yeah.
What
What happens if you misjudge? Like your claim fails.
That's where the risk comes in. If your dominant claim fails, all tokens in that line, yours and your opponent's, are removed.
Oh, wow.
It's a high-stakes gamble.
Man, talk about a game changer. So you have your strategic, not only about building lines, but also managing your tokens,
Yeah.
choosing when to go for that big win.
Exactly. You also have a limited number of each symbol, so you can't just spam your favorite one. Each decision carries weight.
Okay, starting to see the depth here. Yeah, we've got the basic tic-tac-toe structure, but with bluffing, resource management, and these high-stakes dominant claims. What's really catching my attention, though, is this hidden power rank system. It feels like that's where the real mind games begin.
Absolutely. The hidden information is what elevates secret symbols beyond simple pattern recognition. You're constantly trying to deduce what your opponent might have while simultaneously concealing your own strategy. It's a constant dance of bluffing, deduction, and carefully calculated risks. Your opponent might think you've made a weak move, but little do they know, that symbol actually has a high power ranking just waiting to be revealed.
Okay, so if I'm sitting down to play secret symbols, what are some strategic things I should be thinking about? Like, let's say I want to get a mental edge on my opponent. What would I do?
Well, one of the most crucial aspects is bluffing. You might place a seemingly weak symbol early on, only to reveal its true power later and snatch a victory.
Sneaky. That's the kind of stuff I love.
What else? Deduction is key. You need to be a detective, constantly analyzing your opponent's moves. Are they consistently avoiding a certain symbol?
Yeah.
That might tell you something about their secret rankings.
So you're not just playing the board, you're playing the player. Yeah, it's psychological warfare.
And don't underestimate resource management. You can't blow through your high-powered tokens too early. Sometimes a strategic retreat or a well-timed sacrifice can be more valuable than an all-out attack.
Ooh, I like that. A strategic retreat. It sounds like there's a lot more going on here than meets the eye.
Absolutely. It's a game that rewards careful observation, calculated risks, and maybe even a little bit of poker face.
This is blowing my mind. Okay, we've got bluffing, we've got deduction, we've got resource management. Any other strategic nuggets you can drop before we dive deeper?
Let's talk about forcing moves.
Okay,
Can you set a trap, leading your opponent to make a move that benefits you? Even if it means sacrificing a few tokens, you might gain valuable intel. Remember, information is power in this game.
okay, now I'm really starting to see the brilliance of his design. It's deceptively simple on the surface, but there are all these layers of strategy to unpack. It feels like a game that could have some real staying power.
I think so too. There's a real elegance to the way Secret Symbols blends accessibility with depth. It's got that easy to learn, hard to master quality that can make a game truly special.
Well said. Okay, so we've laid the groundwork. We know the basic mechanics. We've got a taste of the strategic possibilities. Yeah, but what I really want to know is what makes secret symbols stand out? Why choose this game over all the others?
That's a great question, and I think there are a few key reasons why secret symbols could really make a splash.
Let's hear it. I'm all ears. All right, lay it on me. What makes secret symbols stand out?
First off, the simplicity.
Okay,
And the quick playtime.
Right.
Make it perfect. For almost any occasion, you can pull it out at a party, squeeze in a game during lunch, or even use it to introduce new players to the world of strategy games. It's that perfect gateway game.
okay, I can definitely see that. Nobody wants to spend an hour learning the rules before they can even start playing. But it doesn't sound like secret symbols is sacrificing depth for simplicity.
Right. And that's because of the second key factor,
No.
the hidden information.
Right.
That secret rank system adds a whole layer of mind games. You just don't get in games where everything's out in the open. It keeps you guessing, keeps you on your toes,
Yeah.
makes every decision a bit of a gamble.
It's like that fog of war element
Yeah,
you get in games like Stratego, right?
exactly.
You never quite know what your opponent is truly capable of.
And that brings us to the third factor,
Okay,
the emergent strategy.
Right.
Even though the rules are simple, they give rise to some surprisingly complex decision-making. Every move matters, and even a small miscalculation can have a big impact.
okay. So far we've got simplicity, hidden information, emergent strategy, but there's something else about this game that's really intriguing me. The fact that it uses these universal symbols, plus, minus, times, divide, it feels like it could be a real crossover hit.
I agree. It's like a universal language
Yeah.
of strategy.
Uh-huh.
And it's not just about accessibility either. Those symbols actually hint at the underlying mathematical principles at play.
Ooh, you're speaking my language. Get nerdy on me. Tell me more about these mathematical principles.
Well, you're constantly adding and comparing numbers, trying to outmaneuver your opponent with higher totals.
Right.
There's this subtle math puzzle woven into the fabric of the game. You can play intuitively, of course, but the more you understand those underlying numbers,
Yeah.
the more strategic your decisions can become.
So it's like a secret math lesson. Disguised as a fun game.
It's exactly.
My
Inner teacher is doing a happy dance right now.
It's a game that can appeal to a wide range of players, from those who love crunching numbers
Right.
to those who just enjoy a good strategic challenge.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit and get back to one of the most exciting elements of secret symbols, the bluffing. If I want to become a master of deception in this game, what are some tips I should keep in mind?
The art of the bluff is all about misdirection.
Okay,
You want to create a false sense of security for your opponent,
Uh-huh.
leading them down the wrong path. A classic technique is to establish a pattern early on.
Okay.
Maybe you place a few weak symbols, making your opponent think you're holding a bad hand.
Right.
Then, when the moment is right, bam, you hit them with a surprise dominant claim
right.
using a powerful symbol they never saw coming.
So it's like a psychological head fake.
Yeah.
I love it. But what if my opponent is trying to pull the same tricks on me? How do I know when they're bluffing?
That's where those detective skills come in. You have to pay close attention to their moves, looking for inconsistencies or tells. Do they hesitate before placing a certain symbol?
Yeah.
Do they seem to avoid certain areas of the board?
Right.
Those subtle cues can be gold mines of information.
It's like playing poker, except instead of reading their facial expressions, you're studying their token placement and their reactions to your moves.
Exactly. It's all about reading between the lines
Yeah.
and trying to decipher their hidden strategy.
This game just keeps getting deeper and deeper. It's like peeling an onion. Every layer reveals something new. Intriguing. What's fascinating me now is how this game feels like more than just a way to pass the time. It's almost like a metaphor for life, isn't it? We're all making decisions based on incomplete information. Yeah, and to read people, anticipate their moves, and hopefully come out ahead,
That's a really interesting observation. And just like in life, there's an element of chance
right?
in secret symbols. You can't control everything. Sometimes you have to take risks, make educated guesses, and trust your intuition.
But even when you lose, you learn something, right? Right. And each game is a chance to refine your strategies, sharpen your skills,
Yeah.
become a more formidable player.
Precisely. It's a game that rewards patience,
Yeah.
observation,
Right. Yeah.
and a willingness to learn from your mistakes. Those are qualities that can serve you well, both on the game board
Yeah.
and in life.
Okay, I'm sold. I think we've painted a pretty vivid picture
Yeah.
of secret symbols. We talked about the mechanics, the strategies, the psychology, even touched on some philosophical implication. Yeah. What I'm curious about now is, what's the overall experience like? What kind of feeling does this game evoke in players?
I'd say it evokes a sense of playful tension. You're constantly trying to outwit your opponent, but it's done in a lighthearted, engaging way.
Right. It doesn't have that cutthroat, aggressive vibe that some strategy games can have. Right. It's more about a friendly battle of wits, a playful duel of intellects.
Exactly. And then there's the incredible feeling of satisfaction that comes with making a clever play,
Right.
correctly deducing your opponent's strategy, or pulling off a perfectly timed bluff.
That aha moment when you realize you've got them figured out,
Yeah,
that's priceless.
it really is. And it's a feeling that keeps people coming back for more. Once you experience that rush of outsmarting your opponent,
Yeah.
you want to feel it again and again.
So it's fair to say that Secret Symbols appeals to both our analytical
Yeah.
And
our playful sides. It's a game that can make you think
Uh-huh.
and make you smile.
Absolutely. It strikes a perfect balance between intellectual stimulation
right.
and pure, unadulterated fun.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so special.
It sounds like the perfect game to bring people together, spark conversations, and maybe even learn a little something about yourself and your friends in the process.
I couldn't agree more. It's versatile, engaging, and endlessly replayable. And honestly, who wouldn't want to play a game where math is your secret weapon?
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Yeah, talked about the rules, the strategies, the psychology, and even touched on some philosophical implication. I'm ready to play.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up this deep dive, there's one thing I want to circle back to. Remember earlier, we were talking about how secret symbols is almost like a metaphor for life.
Yeah.
I want to dig into that. All right, a little more. Yeah, it sounds cheesy, I know. But there's something to it. Right, this isn't just a game about symbols on a grid.
Right.
It's tapping into something deeper
Yeah.
about how we interact with the world
Yeah.
and each other.
You're absolutely right. Think about it. Bluffing, deduction, strategic thinking.
Right.
Those aren't just mechanics in a game.
Yeah.
They're skills we use every day in our interactions with others. We're constantly trying to read people, anticipate their next move, make decisions with incomplete information, and hope for the best outcome.
It's like we're all playing a game of secret symbols. Even when we're not, sitting at a table with tokens.
Yeah.
We're putting on our best poker faces, trying to figure out who to trust, making calculated risks, hoping to achieve.
Our goals.
And just like in the game, sometimes we have to bluff our way through a situation. Sometimes we have to take a leap of faith. And sometimes we just have to trust our gut.
Right.
There's no guaranteed formula for success, both in secret symbols
Right.
and in life.
And let's be real, sometimes we make bad calls, or we misjudge a situation, fall for a bluff, or make a move that backfires. But hopefully those experiences make us better players in the long run.
Exactly. Every mistake, every miscalculation is an opportunity to learn and grow.
Yeah.
The more we play, the more we refine our strategies, and the better equipped we become to navigate the challenges that life throws our way.
So maybe Secret Symbols isn't just a game. It's a training ground for life. A way to practice those essential skills of reading people, making strategic decisions, and bouncing back from setbacks.
I love that idea. A strategic simulator
Yeah.
for real-world interactions. And it's not just about winning or losing.
Right.
It's about understanding the nuances of human behavior, the psychology of deception, and the importance of adapting to ever-changing circumstances.
It makes you wonder, if everyone played a little more Secret Symbols, would we all be a little better at navigating the complexities of human relationships? Would we be more empathetic, more understanding of other people's motivations, and more adept at resolving conflicts peacefully?
It's a fascinating thought experiment.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Secret Symbols holds the key to world peace,
Right.
but it definitely offers a fun and engaging way to explore those deeper questions about human nature and the strategies we use to interact with each other.
Well said. Okay, I think we've done Secret Symbols justice. Yeah, we've explored the rules, the strategies, the psychology, and even touched on some philosophical implications. Hopefully we've sparked some curiosity in our listeners and given them a few things to ponder?
Absolutely. We've covered a lot of ground. And I think the real takeaway here is that Secret Symbols is more than just a game. It's a gateway to strategic thinking, a tool for understanding human behavior, and a reminder that sometimes the most rewarding experiences come from embracing a little bit of playful deception.
Perfectly put. So to our listeners, we say, go forth, play Secret Symbols. Yeah, and let us know what secrets you uncover, both about the game and about yourselves.
Until next time, stay curious, stay strategic, and never underestimate the power of a well-placed bluff.
And that's a wrap on another deep dive.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for joining us on this journey into the fascinating world of secret symbols.